Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're staging a battle of automotive titans, the silent, explosive power of electric motors versus the roaring fury of the internal combustion engine. And we're going right where it matters most, the racetrack.
That's how professional drivers describe the World Rallycross Championship. It's this brutal, high-octane sport that's become the perfect arena for these two technologies to go head-to-head in a direct fight for supremacy. So that's the big question, right? Which one is actually better? Well, to figure that out, we can't just look at a single race. You see, in this battle, if you change the battlefield, you can completely change the winner.
All right, so let's get right into it, starting with the series that really kicked this whole debate into high gear, the FIA World Rallycross Championship.
For the first time ever in a top-tiered championship, this series is letting all electric cars race directly against traditional combustion engine cars. We're talking same track, same time. They call it the Battle of Technologies, and believe me, it is absolutely fascinating to watch.
And this is where we get to the core of the conflict. It's not just about who has the most horsepower, it's about two totally different philosophies for how to go fast. It really boils down to a classic matchup, doesn't it? On one side, you have the incredible instant acceleration of the electric car, and on the other, the lightweight agility of its gasoline-powered rival.
Okay, let's put some numbers to that story. The electric car is packing a serious punch, nearly 80 more horsepower. But, and this is a huge but, the combustion car is a whopping 160 kilograms lighter. And in racing, weight is the ultimate enemy.
So here's how that plays out on the track. In a short rallycross race, that instant power from the EV means it's pretty much guaranteed to win the drag race to that all-important first corner. It's just gone. But the moment the track starts to twist and turn, that's when the lighter car can fight back. It can brake later, dive into the corners harder, and just carry more speed through the technical bits.
But hey, that was just one battle, right? In one specific arena. What happens when we take these technologies and drop them into a completely different kind of competition? Let's see how changing the battlefield can totally flip the script.
Let's take a hill climb, for instance. A pure, brutal fight against gravity. And here, electric cars are just king. No question. Why? Well, they deliver 100% of their power the instant you touch the pedal. But the real secret weapon is that combustion engines need oxygen. And as they go higher, the air gets thinner and they start to, well, choke. Electric motors, they don't need to breathe. They are just as ferociously powerful at the summit as they are at the start line.
All right, now let's swap the mountain for the desert, for the ultimate endurance test, the Dakar Rally. Here, a brilliant hybrid electric system took the win. By putting electric motors on each axle, engineers created this genius all-wheel drive system that could manage traction with insane precision, allowing the car to basically float over soft sand where other vehicles would just dig in and get stuck.
So you start to see a pattern here, right? That first question, which is better, it's just too simple. The real answer is, it totally depends on the challenge you're trying to solve. And this whole idea of different tools for different jobs is perfectly illustrated when you look at the two biggest open-wheel championships on the planet, Formula One and Formula E.
Now on paper, they might look like competitors, but honestly, they're playing two completely different games. Formula One is the absolute pinnacle of speed and performance. Formula E, on the other hand, is purpose-built for close, tactical racing on tight city circuits to showcase the potential of electric cars.
And if you want one number to really understand the difference in their mission, this is it. On the legendary Monaco street circuit, a Formula One car is a staggering 22 seconds faster per lap.
But that massive performance gap doesn't mean Formula E is a failure. Not at all. It means it's succeeding at a different mission. F1 is about ultimate speed. Formula E is a high-speed laboratory for developing the software and energy management systems that will define the future of electric mobility in our cities.
So what's the big takeaway from all of this? What does this motorsport battle mean for the cars that you and I drive every single day?
Well, the real point is that the racetrack is the ultimate testbed. This battle of technologies isn't just about winning a championship on a Sunday. It's about pioneering the technology that will be sold in showrooms on a Monday.
And this battle is constantly evolving. We're already seeing the development of carbon-neutral synthetic fuels that could give the combustion engine a new lease on life, while other series are beginning to experiment with hydrogen power. The fight on the track will always mirror the choices we face on the road.
And you know, this brings us to a final thought. Maybe we've been looking at this all wrong. What if this isn't a battle to the death where one technology must eliminate the other? Maybe,
just maybe, it's a kind of high-speed collaboration, where all of these different ideas are pushing each other to become better, faster.
That's all for this explainer. Thank you so much for joining us and lending us your time and attention. We hope you're leaving with a clearer picture of this technological showdown, and maybe some exciting new questions to ponder about the future of the automobile.